For Wall Street Media, I'm Mike, I'm here with Doug, and we'll help you make money in the stock market with information you can't find anywhere else.
Hey, good morning, my friend.
Morning.
How you doing there?
Good.
All right. What do you have for us?
We have 2 videos from the Baird conference.
Oh, Baird's 2008 Industrial Conference.
Yes, absolutely.
If you want to, watch the whole thing.
At wsw.com/webcast/Baird number 3.
You were worried I was stealing your line.
That's the only line I really have, isn't it? First video is from Henry Knüppel, Chairman and CEO of Regal Beloit, tickers RBC, discuss the future for continuing infrastructure in China and their strong fundamental position. Here we go.
We've been a consistent acquirer. The company has had 31 acquisitions in the last 25 years, 6 in the past 18 months. We've been using the Regal Beloit operating systems to integrate these businesses, and it has worked just wonderfully. We talked about the Fasco and Yeakel acquisitions at the time of the acquisition last year, roughly 14 months ago. We talked about synergies in the area of $15 million. We got the first $6 million in the first year and a half, and we'll get the next $10 million in the next year and a half. We're very confident about where it's heading. We're getting to leverage our size behind the brands from a materials perspective in terms of our buy, and we're getting the benefit of sharing best practices all across the company in whatever location in the world that we are. Our most 2 recent acquisitions have been Wada and Duchi. The first is an industrial motor plant in China. It was our first in China. It gave us a stronger sales base in China where infrastructure building is going to continue. And if you saw just the announcement this past Monday about China with a stimulus package and infrastructure, we think that's right down the middle for that particular business. We do see the opportunity to improve the margins out of that facility as we bring lean thinking and Six Sigma thinking into that facility over the next few years. Think of Duchi as a pan-European sales force. There is no manufacturing with that business. Our exposure to Europe has been quite limited. We haven't had the sales reach. We now have the sales reach without the cost of an infrastructure costs that typically come across with an acquisition like this. We feel very good about it. We've already had our teams over there sharing the products that we make in other parts of the world that we could now sell through that sales organization.
Well, that's interesting. China is growing like mad.
Let me tell you, we're looking for opportunities, Vietnam and China. I'm going to Vietnam in 2 weeks to look around for opportunities, to see what you and I might find over there to discover.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the same for China.
China is going to be the new.
This is going to be the century for China.
Absolutely.
No doubt. Europe. But
was last century, right? Yeah.
But America.
I think so too.
Yeah. A little too lazy, a little too much, no risk, no reward for capitalists, man.
True.
Good for them in China.
Next video is from Charles Stews, President and CEO of Oshkosh Corporation, tickers OSK. Talk about their logistic vehicles that are being used in combat in Afghanistan and the effect of the election on their business and funding.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. One of my brother-in-laws was blown up in Iraq, and I've got another one fighting in Afghanistan, and they're worried about giving all the money away to socialists instead of providing our troops with what they necessarily need. They need to be not cutting the funding for that and making sure that our guys get what they need.
Everything is looking, though, that they are going to be, right?
Oh, they will be, because they need to give it away to other people who didn't work, rather than giving it to protect our soldiers who are out there risking their lives.
Yeah, I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make that not too political here, right?
No, you guys know where I stand.
Let's watch the video real quick.
Turning to our defense segment, this is our second largest segment. Provides both technology and purchasing power to our company globally. We provide all the heavy payload vehicles for the U.S. Army and Marine Corps, and all of the medium payload vehicles for the U.S. Marine Corps, and our vehicles are built strong. If you look at what's operating off-road in Iraq and Afghanistan, it's the Oshkosh vehicles. They are even using some of our MTVR in our medium payload vehicle, which is really a logistics vehicle, are using it in combat operations in Afghanistan because it's that mobile and that tough of a truck when we armor it. Additionally, we manufacture vehicles. We provide quite a bit of aftermarket support. The supplemental that was just passed gives us a lot of visibility into this business through 2009. We often are being asked, well, what is the new Obama administration? What's this going to mean to our defense business? And most people think that it's a negative, but we see our defense spending for our space to be strong for the next 2 to 3 funding cycles. And since we're already funded through middle of fiscal 2008, you add 2 to 3 years on top of that, and that's what we see in terms of strong funding for this business. And where do we get there? One is that there's strong support, bipartisan support for a supplemental here in the spring that would benefit us. That's the first year. Beyond that, what we hear from the people of the Obama administration that are going to be coming on board is that they will fully support the infantrymen. And they're intending to increase the size of the force, reset the force. That's all plays into our product line going forward. So that is a pillar of strength for us moving forward. Plus, even though they will be pulling troops out in 16 months, and that is the intent, there will be troops remaining in Iraq to support our embassy, and there will be troops remaining nearby that can go back into theater if the situation re-erupts, and they're going to be moving troops into Afghanistan. All of that says is there's still lots going on for the next 2 to 3 years. There's got to be 2 to 3 years of strong funding beyond this.
Hey, guys, you know what? They're a great company. They make great products to protect our soldiers. And you ought to pick up the phone and make some phone calls and tell the socialists, don't cut the funding for our soldiers. See if they can not give the money away to people without jobs, or people that don't work instead.
Okay, that's all we have.
I love Oshkosh, and they make good stuff for our good soldiers. I hope they keep it up.
All right, we're here every day at Wall Street Media. You can find us directly at wsmco.com. Thanks.